Hello everyone, this is Elizabeth Grace Saunders, and I don't usually do Facebook live presentations, but I really felt strongly that I was supposed to share about something that I shared about in my Divine Time Management group tonight, so that is why I am sharing with you right now. So in case you don't know, I have a group called Divine Time Management. You can find out more at divinetimemanagement.com. And it's on a faith-based approach to time management. So it's not just about how do we organize our time, but how we are really in a place where we are living by faith. We are knowing God is at work. We are knowing that He can accomplish things. And I had some situations this week where I felt like my faith was super attacked. And that's really unusual for me. I've grown up from a young age believing God is real, knowing He can do anything, believing that He is working in power, and knowing that His promises are real, that prayer works, that everything that we're trying to accomplish in this life, God can do. But I had some situations this week where I was just attacked. So for instance, some of you may know, some of you may not, God's brought different physical healing in my life. So for example, I had carpal tunnel symptoms for 10 years and would wear wrist splints whenever I was typing. I couldn't type for more than 5 minutes at a time without having pain. If I didn't have the splints on, I wore them at night. And God healed me completely of that ailment. God has also healed me of other physical health conditions in my life, as well as worked so many miracles through prayer. And this week, I just felt super attacked. Like I started to get pain in my right hand, which was crazy because I don't have that problem anymore. I started to feel like I was having skin rashes, which God healed me of, and I don't have that anymore. I was just having all these things where it felt like stuff was coming back that God has already overcome in my life and that don't have an acceptable place there. And at the same time, there were certain things I was praying for and they didn't seem to be going according to prayer. Like they were just not working out, not happening, and maybe even going the opposite. And the devil was telling me, well, just don't pray. Things go better even when you don't pray, so you shouldn't even pray. And it was crazy. And so I share this with you because you may be going through something similar. It's very common for people to have situations in their life where we're all going through similar things at the same time. So we're all getting attacked in similar ways. And so you might have had issues this week where you felt like your faith was getting attacked, or you were praying and it wasn't going the way you thought, or things that you were like, wait, God has overcome this in my life. Why is this coming back? We're coming back. And so we have a choice in those situations. We can either back down and start thinking rationally and not trusting God and not doing what He wants us to do, or we can stand our ground and fight for our territory. So I obviously chose to fight for my territory, otherwise I wouldn't be doing this video. And I was like, this is totally unacceptable. So I was like, no, I do not have pain in my arms anymore. You are not allowed to do this to me. And I'm happy to report I don't have any pain in my hand or in my arm anymore, because I refuse to put up with that. That's not okay. I've been healed from that 2 years ago. I'm not going back. I also prayed against the skin rash that started to come up again, and God healed me. I don't have that right now. I'm totally fine and I am healed. And so with those things, I had to say, no, this isn't appropriate. I'm not putting up with this. It's not okay. You have to back down. God has already won in this area of my life, and you're just testing me. You're testing to see like, oh, you've been healed in this area, but I'm just going to test you. I'm going to make you think like, oh, maybe you're not really healed. Maybe things aren't really okay. And that's the situations where you have to stand strong in your faith and say, no, I am healed and I'm not putting up with this. You have to back down. And I just was like, you're wasting your energy. You can waste your energy on someone else because you're not winning with me. And I can, happy to report, I'm in a good place now. And then in regards to the whole fact that the devil was telling me not to pray and things go worse when I pray and I shouldn't even bother to pray, that's obviously a sign I need to pray more. So over the course of these days, I've been praying just for God to work in power in situations. And most of all, I've been praying for God's will to be done, because I think we can get discouraged in our prayer when we pray for a particular outcome and then it doesn't go necessarily the way we thought it should. And then we think, oh, well, maybe my prayer isn't working, or maybe it doesn't matter, or maybe things don't work out, or it's not going to happen. And there are times when I believe we do need to pray boldly for an outcome, when we believe something is in God's will and we know it's the right thing to do. But there are times when sometimes we just need to pray for God's will and say, God, I want your will to be done. I want your kingdom to come on earth as in heaven, and you know what your perfect will is. And even if it seems like I lost in the micro, we're winning in the macro. Like, you have won, you have accomplished your purposes. This is going to happen. So I just share this with all of you because I don't know what you're going through, what's gone on for you this week, but in my life, I really felt like just the underpinning of the faith that I have so deeply and have had for so many years was really coming under attack. And it's really important in those situations that we refuse the lies, that we hold our ground. If you have been healed of things in your life, you are healed. You don't need to go back to those physical ailments. You don't need to go back to addictions. You don't need to go back to issues. You're healed, you're delivered. Kick them out. Like, you don't have to put up with it. And if you are getting discouraged in your prayer life, or you get discouraged in your faith, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just because you haven't seen the miracle doesn't mean it's not happening and that God isn't working powerfully through your prayers. So I just wanted to encourage all of you with that tonight. It's something I shared with my awesome Divine Time Management group, who I totally love, and they're totally amazing and they make me so happy inside. And we obviously talked about a lot more than that during our Divine Time Management call tonight. But I just wanted to share, have faith, guys. Do not give up. Do not let yourself be intimidated by the enemy. And definitely keep praying, because God hears your prayers. He cares. He can do something about it, and he's at work. So that's me signing off, Elizabeth Grace Saunders. A little bit about what we talked about in my Divine Time Management group coaching program tonight. Have a great night, everyone.